Welcome back to Latha Prem around the world. In this episode, we begin day 6 at sea, sailing from Germany toward our next adventures. We set course for two incredible destinations full of history, culture, and unforgettable sights. On day 7, we arrive in the fairy tale city of Tallinn, Estonia. We explore the famous Tallinn Festival Grounds, the Grand Senate House, the beautiful Alexander Nevsky Cathedral, and the historic St. Mary's Cathedral. Then on day 8, we enter the imperial elegance of St. Petersburg, Russia. From the breathtaking State Hermitage Museum to the colorful Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood and the regal Peter and Paul Cathedral. It's a journey through centuries of Russian grandeur. Let's begin the adventure.
Day 6 at sea was so relaxing. We spent most of the day playing casino games and just window shopping around the ship.
Yeah, in the evening, we finally stepped into ship's stunning theater, a real gem. The dance and singing performance was nothing short of spectacular. And with all those vibrant, colorful lights sweeping across the stage, the whole show seemed to burst into life right before our eyes.
Then, on day 7, we docked in Tallinn, Estonia's capital. After breakfast, we headed up to the top deck and spotted another modern ship right next to us.
It was so interesting to see people heading off the ships and catching sightseeing buses into the city. Walking there felt like we were at a giant bus station with all those massive vessels lined up side by side. Such an impressive sight.
Now we started our bus tour to explore Tallinn's historic sites. It is well known that every city has its own zero point, the spot from which all distances are measured.
This is our zero point from where all the distances are measured from and to. Like you noticed, a lot of public transport are driving around. We have here trams, trolleys, and the buses. And the first trams we had here already 1888. And the first trams were drawn by horses. And they had a system here that in smaller stops or further, we are in a process of changing the trams. We keep buying new trams from the Spain. So here is very good example. On the left, the brand new tram and the older version, what we before we had, right straight here. And talking about the public transport, nowadays we have a very good ticket system here. If Estonia officially lives in Tallinn, registered here, pays the taxes here, then public transport is free.
Our first stop was the famous Tallinn Song Festival Grounds. It is such an important cultural venue.
Local Baltic Germans had the singing events here in Estonia, and Estonian journalists learned that the Onboard was the first time was very able to choose beer. It was a 50 years after the Boris served them before 1800.
It is best known for hosting the Estonian Song Celebration, the UNESCO recognized event held every 5 years, where tens of thousands of singers come together.
And did you know Michael Jackson performed here in 1997 during his History World Tour? Lots of other international artists have played here too.
On the right after the church, this is a Russian school. Nowadays, we have new system for the Russian families since 2011.
Next, we headed to Senate Square, home to the Senate House.
Right across from it is the magnificent Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. It's an ornate Russian Orthodox church with stunning domes and intricate mosaics. Camera was not permitted inside.
Then we visited St. Mary's Cathedral, also called the Dome Church. It is Tallinn's oldest church, dating back to the 13th century, blending Gothic and Baroque styles beautifully.
Inside, we saw over 100 coats of arms from noble families. It was such a rare and fascinating sight. We made sure to capture some videos to share this unique piece of history with you.
While we were walking, we passed by the Prime Minister's residence in Tallinn. We were surprised how the house just stood right on a regular street with the people casually walking by. It felt so open and really integrated with the city.
Yeah, and right across the street was the Embassy of the Netherlands. On our way to Tallinn's Town Hall Square, we wandered through charming, narrow streets, twisting through countless corners. At one extraordinary junction where a tangle of streets converged, it felt like stepping into a magical maze, each path whispering promises of hidden wonders.
The historic Town Hall Square, with its tall spire, really dominated the scene, giving the whole place a magical vibe. This square is really the heart of Tallinn's old town. It also reminded me of other European squares, large, open, and surrounded by beautiful medieval buildings with colorful facades.
The square was buzzing with outdoor cafes, restaurants, and market stalls selling local crafts and goods.
Before our tour ended, we caught sight of a marathon winding through the streets. Seeing all those runners gave the day such an energetic and special feel.
And after the race, we noticed two kinds of trams, classic older models and sleek, brand new ones. It's a perfect example of how Tallinn blends its rich history with modern life.
After dinner, around 9:30 p.m., we stepped out of our cabin to catch the sunset.
And wow, what a surprise! The view was absolutely stunning. The sun was a brilliant mix of orange and red, slowly sinking toward the horizon. We kept filming, trying to capture its beauty from every angle as it disappeared beneath the sea. Honestly, no words can really describe the feeling of watching that breathtaking sunset. It was a perfect, unforgettable moment, a beautiful way to end the day.
On day 8, our ship arrived in St. Petersburg, the former capital of Russia.
We were captivated by the beautiful displays of souvenirs and local crafts. It was the perfect way to get a first taste of Russia.
From the tour bus, the first thing we noticed was this massive ship in the port. So huge, it made everything else look tiny.
So, and in fact, ladies and gentlemen, with our itinerary where, yeah? So then, ladies and gentlemen, security. Actually,
As our bus rolled from the port into St. Petersburg, the city unfolded in a continuous stretch of vibrant architecture, creating a warm and welcoming introduction and guiding us closer to the grandeur of its historic center.
Our first stop was a metro station, and the scale was impressive. We rode down two long escalators that seemed to stretch deep underground.
We hopped on the metro to experience a train journey in Russia, taking a short but memorable ride. The station felt like an art gallery beneath the city.
The highlight began after the train ride, ascending the long escalator lined with elegant, bright cylindrical lights that created a warm and grand atmosphere, making the ride feel truly special.
During our walk tour, we came across a marathon happening in the streets. We saw locals dressed in traditional Russian costumes, taking photos with tourists. It was such a lively and colorful scene.
We reached the Winter Palace, also known as the State Hermitage Museum, which is famous in St. Petersburg.
The Winter Palace, with its striking green and white Baroque style, was the official home of Russian emperors.
This building is enormous. Can you believe it has about 1,500 rooms, almost 2,000 windows, and over 100 staircases?
It was started by Catherine the Great in 1764 and opened to visitors in 1852. Today, it spans 5 connected buildings, holding over 3 million artworks and artifacts. The Golden Room in the Hermitage has beautiful gold decorations, high ceilings, and shows treasures from ancient Greece, Scythia, and the East.
The museum's art collection is world-renowned. One highlight was the famous peacock clock, an 18th century masterpiece of golden craftsmanship.
This stunning automaton features a peacock, owl, and rooster, all mechanical and lifelike, which still move when wound.
This incredible painting of Mary Magdalene, known for its emotional depth and lifelike details, it really made an impression on us.
We saw Titian's painting Dani, showing the Greek myth of Zeus visiting her as gold. We saw masterpieces of Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt, and many others.
The malachite room is richly decorated with a green malachite stone. Once a grand reception hall, it has tall columns, gold details showing the luxury of Russia's imperial past.
The Raphael Loggias is an elegant, long-arched corridor designed in the late 1700s. It is an exact copy of the Vatican loggias frescoed by Raphael. Its wall and ceilings are filled with bright classical scenes and decorative patterns. This beautiful corridor reflects imperial taste and historic art.
This room showcased ancient art with a stunning ceiling inspired by Roman and Greek styles, full of geometric patterns and gold details. A marble sculpture of a sleeping boy likely Cupid.
Dramatic sculpture showing a person struggling with a wild boar, such a dynamic and detailed moment captured in stone.
Finally, we saw the statue of Cleopatra VII, a powerful example of ancient Egyptian art with a distinctive headdress.
This is the Russian Art Museum in St. Petersburg, located in the beautiful Mekhalovsky Palace. It's a home to the largest collection of Russian art in the world, showcasing everything from ancient icons to modern masterpieces.
After lunch, Latha decided to make some new friends in St. Petersburg just by offering a little snack. The birds quickly caught on to the free buffet and soon she was surrounded by pigeons, cooing and cawing like royalty. I guess she became the queen of the pigeons for the day.
One of the most famous sites here is the Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood, inspired by Moscow's St. Basil's Cathedral. Instead of European neoclassical or Baroque styles, it's built in the medieval Russian architectural style. The church marks the spot where Alexander II was fatally wounded in an assassination attempt back in 1881. His son, Alexander III, built the church as a memorial to his father, hence the name Savior on Spilled Blood.
The church has vibrant, colorful onion domes that you immediately recognize. Inside, the walls are almost completely covered with mosaics, over 7,500 square meters of them. It has one of the largest mosaics collections in the world, which is the main reason the church is so breathtaking.
The church survived the Russian Revolution and World War II, even though it was heavily damaged and closed for decades. After a huge restoration, it reopened in 1997 and now it's one of the top tourist attractions and a museum.
On our way to St. Mary's Cathedral, we passed by the Winter Palace and saw a huge crowd forming a very long queue. We felt really lucky since we had already visited the palace earlier that morning and did not have to wait.
As our tour bus crossed the bridge, we were treated to a stunning view. Beautiful buildings lining one side of the riverbank. It was breathtaking.
Old hexagon with 6 bastions connected by a street.
Before heading to the cathedral, we spotted a city tour helicopter offering rides high above the city. A 10 to 15 minutes flight sounded like an exciting way to see St. Petersburg from the sky.
The Peterpal Cathedral is one of St. Petersburg's most famous churches. It's known for its tall golden spire and is the final resting place of many Russian emperors, including Peter the Great.
Although we are Hindus, we have explored countless cathedrals, churches, and basilicas all around the world. Stepping inside the famous Peter and Paul Cathedral and offering our prayers filled us with a great joy and gratitude.
Inside this cathedral, the shrine niche is beautiful with a tall golden screen, carved angels, and twisted columns. The chapel is peaceful with lovely decorations and icons. Statues of Mary, the loving mother, and Jesus, a symbol of hope, are carefully made to inspire visitors to pray and think.
The cathedral's colorful roof brings the interior to life, creating a warm and vibrant atmosphere. The entire space reflects rich history, making it a truly memorable and special place for every visitor. We ended our day relaxing on the ship, enjoying the view of St. Petersburg port. Tomorrow will be our second day in St. Petersburg. What a pure joy it is to see the sun still shining brightly in the sky at 7 p.m.
Thank you so much for watching our experience. In the next episode, we will explore the stunning Petrov Palace and the magnificent Catherine Palace in St. Petersburg on day 9. Then, on day 10, we will take you to Helsinki, the capital of Finland, to visit the iconic rock church, the Senate House, Helsinki Cathedral, and the beautiful Sibelius monuments.